Hi.
Hello, Marissa
And Stephanie. We're
Codsey
from
Mortgage.
the Codsey Mortgage team. Yeah.
So today we're going to give you a mortgage information session. Today
Yeah.
we're going to talk about refinances. What is a refinance? Why do people get them?
Yes. So if you have a property already, you have a mortgage with it, but you would like to use the equity from your house on something else. So basically, what a refinance is taking some equity out of your home and putting it to another use.
So if you have a property and you've been paying your mortgage, and so as you pay into your mortgage, you're building up equity. So maybe you started off owning technically 10% of your home, and now 10 years later you own 30, 40, 50% of your home, whatever it is. So now you own 50% of your home, and you can take that and now take that equity out of your property, and so now you would own less of your home and use that money for something else. And that's
What it is. Basically, you're taking the equity and using it for something else. So a lot of people will use a refinance for a number of things. You know, the biggest ones are debt consolidation. Let's say you have a number of, line of credits or credit cards that have been maxed out, and you'd like to pay them off just so that you have a lower monthly payment. Basically credit cards, I think, are generally about 19 to 20% interest, and a property is, 3.5%, something like that. So putting it into your mortgage will allow you to have a much lower monthly payment if you're including your mortgage and all those other costs, but you're putting them all into the one mortgage cost. So that's a really big one.
That's a big one for people who have a lot of debt. So if you have a lot of debt, this is a good option for you if you have equity in your home, because then it will pay, you're taking money out of your mortgage to pay those debts, and then so all of that money that you took out to pay your debts is now your mortgage, and that's how the debt consolidation happens. Another one, which is a nice fun one, is maybe you want to buy a new property. And this could be any type of property. You could take money out and buy that cottage that you've always wanted, or you could buy a rental property that you want to rent out and now have like some sort of passive income.
Lately, we've been finding parents buying a second property for their kid because they're now a student at a university, and you don't want them to rent, and you can build equity in a new property while not paying for rent for your child. And as well, often you can have your kids' friends rent in the property as well.
So it's still like buying a rental property, but now your son or daughter, child will be living in the house, and they'll be the one kind of
taking care
of it, making sure who's moving in and who's not, which makes it a little bit easier for having a rental property if you have someone that's your family in the actual property.
And another one is, let's say you want some upgrades in your own home. So refinancing to take out funds to do renovations. So let's say you want to upgrade the kitchen because you've wanted to upgrade it since you bought the house. But a good way to, is use those funds to put it back into the home, which is really great because that will also increase the value of your home. So, doing your bathroom or kitchen are great ideas for why you would want to do a refinance.
Finishing your basement. Just any sort of renovations that you might want to do in your home. If you have the option to do a refinance, or if you want to learn if you can do a refinance to help finance those renovations, it's good to find out if you can.
So those are reasons why people would want to do a refinance.
one fun reason, or not necessarily that's something that you would typically think of, is sometimes people can refinance their homes. So if you have a child who's ready to go into university, and if you don't have any money put aside or anything like that, if you have that equity in your home, you could refinance and now have the funds to be able to help your child pay for their university or college or whatever else they decide to go into, if you so choose to. So that's like a less typical thing, but it is an option that's there.
Yeah. And then there's also diversifying your portfolio. I know a number of people, like to have their investments in other places other than real estate. So that's another way of diversifying your investment portfolio. But yeah, so those are what refinances are, and there's lots of options, and they are good for maybe that you never thought that you could pay off all of your debts at once. A refinance would be great. So lots of different options on why people refinance.
We're not suggesting for you to go out and max out all your credit cards just so that you can refinance, but the option is there.
Yeah, and we don't suggest to refinance to go on vacation. I know some people do that, but we do not suggest doing that. We suggest, saving money and doing that. But you can refinance to do a number of things that you'd like to do, and it just gives you lots of options to be able to use the basically savings that you have put into the home that you live in. So that's refinance. If you have any other questions about refinancing, or if you think that you might want to refinance in the future for any of these items, just give us a shout. We'd be happy to just look at your file and see if we can do that for you. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a great rest of the day.
See ya.
All right. Bye.